Alright guys, UFC 274, Charles Oliveira defending his strap against Justin Gaethje. We've waited for this for a long time. Let's see if it lives up to the hype. But before we get into it guys, this video is sponsored by Full Reptile Collective, brought to you by Dan Hardy. Head over to their website at fullreptile.co.uk where you can find anything from training gear, t-shirts, hoodies, all the way to coffee. For an exclusive 10% off, use Dan Said So at checkout. Make sure to also check out their YouTube channel for some of the best MMA content out there, bar my own. Let's get back to the video. Alright guys, let's start with Charles Oliveira here. Let's recap what he kind of does, because since that second round knockout to Nick Lentz, his striking has come leaps and bounds. And it's all about confidence, I think. He's got the Muay Thai base where he throws the front body kick constantly, chops the lead leg and sets it up with the left hook, which he knocked Michael Chandler out obviously with. The reason he can keep poking you and prodding you with that front body kick is because he does not care if he gets taken down. Charles Oliveira is definitely a better submission artist than Khabib, but you know, that's not to say that Justin can't have a little success on the ground if it does matter there. I don't think it's going to entertain the ground. I think Justin's going to want to keep this standing and work his game plan, which we'll go into. But for Charles Oliveira, I think it's all about keeping him at that distance to set up that left hand, that left hook that knocked out Michael Chandler. It was sensational. He baits you into it. He lets you feel that when you can come into range, it's because he's allowing you into that range. When he sets that front kick up and then he dummies it, you fall into the trap, he plants the left hook. It's beautiful. But he can chop the tree as well. He implements the low kick very well. His movement has become a lot better, especially his head movement. If you notice, when he fought Michael Chandler in that first round, he kind of was a bit frozen in the first opening minute, which is where Chandler had the major success, obviously. Chandler is a serious power puncher. Justin Gaethje has a very similar power level, I would think, to Michael Chandler. I just think he's a lot technically better, which is where Charles Oliveira is going to really have to mind his P's and Q's here, because Charles Oliveira does get caught. He's very hittable, and that's one similarity here which you're going to find with him and Justin Gaethje. Speaking of Justin Gaethje guys, let's have a little chat about him, because Justin Gaethje comes into these fights and is registered as a brawler, which is a little unfair because he is technically phenomenal. Trevor Whitman in the corner, you're going to be. He's got Rose, he's got Kamaru now, you know, and he's got Justin. So the levels of striking that Justin Gaethje has shown, I mean, just watch Cowboy get obliterated by him. Watch Tony Ferguson go 5 rounds getting mauled, especially in the pocket by that uppercut of Justin Gaethje, where he fakes that left hook, goes through the middle on Michael Chandler as well with the uppercut. Knocks him straight down. It's so good to watch Justin Gaethje here, and that's just his hands, let alone the low kicks. That is his bread and butter, and you better believe he's going to want to chop that hard base of Charles Oliveira down, because Charles Oliveira is very heavy on the back leg, not the front leg. That front leg's teeping all day, it's doing front kicks, it's very light. So he's going to want to smash that front leg so he doesn't want to lift it anymore. Or he's going to go southpaw and go for the rear leg. I don't see that in Justin's game. I think he's going to just attack the bouncing leg if I was him, and try and do his excellent feints. Bait Charles Oliveira into his game plan. Charles wants to suck you in for that left hook. What's Justin Gaethje's best punch? All of them. He's got a great left hook, he's got a great right hook, he's got a great right cross, got a good counter check left hook. He's got a great uppercut, which he obviously knocked Michael Chandler down with. There's so many facets to Justin Gaethje's game that he doesn't get credit for. Not to mention the wrestling as a factor. He could easily take Charles Oliveira down. Do you want to take Charles Oliveira down? I don't think we need to talk about going to the mat that much in this, because if it goes to the mat, Charles Oliveira is most likely just going to snatch his neck and strangle him, or grab an arm and armbar him. Same way it happened to Tony Ferguson. It's going to be an epic scramble, and if you get in a scrambling fight with Charles Oliveira, you're going to get choked. You're going to get snatched up quickly. He's an absolute viper when it comes to that. The way he just snaps at people and just grabs their neck. There's no one better. It's a path to victory here for Justin Gaethje. Smack that leg dead. Destroy it, that lead leg. Get his movement stumped. Bring him into your range and pocket fight him. Use your heavy hands, use your incredibly technical boxing skills, and light Charles Oliveira up. I can see this going very little in distance, to be honest guys. I don't see this going 5 rounds. I think someone's getting finished in this one. I think it'll be inside 3. I don't think Charles is going to knock Justin Gaethje out. Let me be very clear there. I think if Charles wins this, it will be by submission, and I think if Justin wins this, he will be finishing Charles Oliveira on the floor via strikes. I'm leaning towards Charles Oliveira. I've doubted in my entire prediction career, as it were. I've doubted him for the many years I've seen him in the UFC, the decade I've seen him for. You know, he's never wowed me until the last few years, and even against Poirier, I backed Poirier. Even against Chandler, I backed Chandler. So this time I'm swinging round. I'm going with Charles Oliveira, guys. I think Charles will strangle Justin Gaethje and prove he is going to be in the top 5, you know, conversation of all-time lightweights, especially with these records he's getting. He is just phenomenal. So I'm going Charles Oliveira, guys. Love both of them here, but I'm 51-49 here for Charles. I want to fence it, but I'm not going to. Let me know in the comments, guys, who you think is going to win. Like the video if you have enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Enjoy the fights, guys. Cheers.